This is James Helder for IFL TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. With me I've got Ian, lay him out, Lewison. How are you, Ian, mate? How's things?
Ian's doing good today.
Good. Ian's doing good today. Do you often refer to yourself in a third person perspective?
Yeah, why not? Because I see myself as that third person, yeah.
Okay. I want to talk a little bit about sort of the heavyweight scene in the UK at the moment. We've seen you're sort of in line to face Gary Cornish as well. Big fight for yourself. Talk to me about that.
I think it's a big fight in terms of what potentially is going to happen from the win of it, but I don't see it as a big fight in terms of the fight itself, because I just see it as a walkthrough.
What do you sort of learn about Cornish from when he faced Anthony Joshua? Is there anything you sort of see in Cornish that makes you feel comfortable coming into this?
Yeah, the only thing I think of Cornish is, looking at a few of his fights that I've seen in the past, I think he shouldn't wear boxing boots, he should wear Asics trainers when he's in the ring. Because the man, he's like a marathon runner, all he does is run.
Do you reckon his record, would you suggest, it's obviously, apart from AJ, not the best of sort of opponents he's faced?
But anyone can go on BoxRec and look at his opponents that he's fought. The fact of the matter is, the caliber of fighters he's been fighting have all been about the same. The only level he's had step up is AJ. No disrespect to him, he lost that fight, but at the end of the day, it's one of them things, isn't it? In order to be the best, you have to face the best. He tried to get up there and fight the best, and it ended up being unfortunate for him that he had to obviously lose. But the fact is, he put himself in a position where he was willing to take on the best, to be the best, and he lost that fight. But the fact being, he did get knocked out in a round.
How comfortable are you that if you go through Cornish, you can sort of find your way and manoeuvre through the sort of British domestic scene?
But use the if being operative at the end. In that sense, I don't see it as a if. I say when I fight him, I would knock him out, and the truth be told is, I'll do it in a couple of rounds.
We've obviously got some big fights in the heavyweight division. David Haye's in action this weekend against Arnold the Cobra Grugage. What are your thoughts on David Haye v the Cobra?
I think David's going to bring his flute with him, and he'll catch the Cobra and he'll do it, mate.
What do you think of David Haye as a fighter? Do you still think he's the same fighter he was before he sort of faced Vitaly Klitschko?
I think it's too early to see, because we haven't seen enough of him in his comeback. But fact being, if he is 80%, 70% of the fighter he was, he still brings a lot to the table, and at the end of the day, that's going to bring forth an exciting fights that he's going to be in, because 80% of the person who won the world heavyweight title being in David Haye is enough to go on and be the top of the division right here, right now.
We've got Shannon Briggs on the undercard. There's sort of some suggestion that he's going to have a change of opponent and stuff. Potentially, if they both come through this, can you see that fight going ahead, David Haye v Shannon the Cannon Briggs?
Yeah, I shouldn't see why not, because truth be told, David needs someone with a bit of credibility and someone who has been there and done it in that sense, and someone who can potentially offer a bit of a fight. Because let's look at facts. Shannon Briggs has got the most amount of first round knockouts than any fighter ever, so it shows that he is a bit of a puncher. So he can go in there, and if you're not having your wits about you, he can take you out. So that being the fact of the matter is, David can't go in there and be silly and think that he's got this one in the bag. He has to go in there and approach it with care.
We've obviously got Anthony Joshua v Dominic Breazeale for the IBF world title. What chances do you give Anthony Joshua being successful in this defence?
I'll tell you the truth, I can't honestly 100% put on that one, because I haven't seen that Dominic guy fight. But the little clips that I have seen, I think Dominic is a bit wild, and I think where Anthony's a sharper through the middle fighter with his 1-2s, I think he'll catch him as he's swinging. So I think Joshua should have this one in the bag.
Do you reckon it'll be an early win for Joshua, or do you think Breazeale will be the man to take him past seven rounds, and maybe into?
Nah, I don't think he'll go past 7 rounds. I think he'll probably be a 5-round fight at most. Yeah, I think that'll be the most.
Interesting. Obviously, Klitschko Fury, massive fight, massive for the country as well as Tyson Fury. Was it first time lucky? Can he do it again against Klitschko? How do you sort of assess that?
I think he can do it again, but truth be told is, I think now that it's in England, it's not so much favoured around Klitschko in terms of the judges, the officials and everything. Because if you look at the last fight, when Fury did have him going and Fury did actually hurt him, the referee, for whatever reason, parted them, started talking to Fury, and it's like he's giving Klitschko time to regroup. So I think now, with it being non-biased, so to speak, it wouldn't surprise me if Klitschko got stopped.
We've seen obviously Amir Khan suffer defeat to Canelo recently. Big fight for Amir Khan on the world stage. Probably the toughest fight he could have taken, technically going up 2 divisions. I know it was only a pound and whatnot, but what do you see Canelo potentially doing? And is the GGG fight realistic opportunity for boxing fans for this year?
I'm not sure if that fight would happen, because the two of them in themselves, they could shadow box and they'll still sell out an arena. The truth is, so why would they want to fight each other and risk everything on the line like that, and for what would be good money, in the sense that if the two of them fought, and it would do good numbers. But the fact is, they can have 2 fights against 2 Herberts and still do them and make the money for that fight. So I don't particularly see it happening now.
Are you a fan of the catchweights and people sort of making these random matchups at catchweight?
It doesn't really faze me, because you know what, it's been a lot of the time where guys have run away from fighting each other. I think the catchweight is good in the sense that it gets 2 people in the same place at the same time. It makes the fight happen. If that's what's needed to make the fight happen, by all means, do it.
Do you think that's the case because you're a heavyweight, you're less bothered about the sort of weight and less think about the weight issue and the difference between opponents?
No, as a heavyweight, you won't really understand the difference a couple of, say, 5 or 6 pounds can make in a fight. But as a lighter weight guy, obviously them 5 or 6 pounds is a big difference. But where you can see the difference is, say for example, someone like Canelo, when he fought Khan, he fought at whatever weight they weighed in. The day of the fight now, when they're weighing again, you see the weight difference in, like, when they do the weighing on the day, it's like probably what, half a stone or a stone in it. So it goes to show you the big difference in between the 2 sizes.
Who would you say, since Floyd Mayweather retired, is the pound for pound #1 fighter on the planet, if you like, in your opinion?
In my opinion, it'd have to be Rigondeaux.
Guillermo Rigondeaux, yeah.
Yeah, Rigondeaux, yeah, that's it, definitely. Yeah, I'd definitely say go with him.
Yeah. What makes his appeal? Why do you think you like him as a stylistic fighter?
Because he's actually what boxing's about. If you look at it, if you go in the dictionary and look at boxing, it'll tell you hit and not be hit, and his style of boxing is exactly that. He's very slick, he's a very technical boxer. He's not about trading, he's not about none of that. He's just a skillful boxer whose main aim is to hit and not get hit. That sums him up perfect, because that is boxing in essence, what boxing is.
Why do you think that style of fighting isn't so fan friendly, if you like? Why do people like Guillermo Rigondeaux struggle to be a popular draw to the mass market, where someone who sort of wears their hearts on the sleeve and regarded as a slugger maybe sort of fit into that bracket a bit more?
Because whether people like to admit it or not, a lot of us are adrenaline junkies, and the truth be told, you want to go there and watch an exciting fight, which is a Tyson or a David Hayes, someone who has explosive power and is able to knock you out with one punch. Because with that, the unexpected can happen at any time. So that being said, you want that. It's like when you go thrill seeking, you're parachuting or something, you're jumping out the plane for the adrenaline. With a Tyson, you're sitting on the edge of your seat thinking any second now he's going to go, any second now he's going to go. With Rigondeaux, you're sitting there, you're watching a masterclass being shown in front of you. You're watching him outskill a person, he's setting traps, the person falling into the traps, and you're watching him showcase his vast amount of skills.
Well, listen, we look forward to hearing some news imminently regarding yourself and Gary Cornish, if that's the fight. Is it a purse bid? What
yeah,
sort of...
It's gone out to purse bids now, and I'm thinking it's July the 8th. I think the purse bid's gonna be in by, so we'll know by then as to where and when's.
Okay, well listen, on that note, Ian Lewison, thank you for talking to IFL TV today. Great to get you back on the channel, big man. I know it's been a little while, and hopefully we catch you again real soon.
Oh, it's nice to be here, thank you.
Top man, thanks Ian.